Hey there, Brainy marketers, welcome back to another episode. It's me, Larry Koch, bringing you a rather contrarian video today. Since this channel is dedicated primarily to SMEs, startups, mid-sized companies that are either new to digital marketing or just need someone to help them cut through the BS, I'm going to go and provide the 5 reasons why you shouldn't use SEO. Because sadly, it is what it is. SEO in most cases is not the right answer for a lot of businesses that are looking for leads very, very fast. So before we get on with today's video, if this is your first time at Brainy Marketing, please be aware I'm running a competition that happens every single month and it's a lucky draw. If you are a B2B company, so you sell services to other companies and you want 3 months of free lead generation, then you need to type into the comment section of this video, B2B marketing rocks. If that sounds interesting, go ahead and do it, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, on with today's video. The 5 reasons why you will not want to invest in this channel are as follows. Number 1, and the most important, if you're looking for leads fast, SEO is a no-go. The reason for this is SEO takes at least 12 months to work properly. And when I say 12 months, it could actually be 24 or 36 months, especially if you're in a competitive space. So all of this work that I just mentioned, the writing of the copy, the technical side, the linking, getting links from other websites, takes an age and 10 years to do. Okay, so you're going to have several people on the case, building up very, very fresh, original content, whether it's written content or video content that is so good that when people arrive there, they actually get value and they actually stick around. Google is not interested in you just creating thousands of pages that nobody ever views and nobody ever looks at, just pumping them full of keywords to hope that it sort of moves you up the rankings. It's now increasingly needing people who come to your website to actually engage with it and to sit and read the whole thing. So you've either got to have content that is out of this world or just saying something that is completely different from everyone else or breaks it down in such a way that is better than other alternatives, that's basically all you can do. And so that takes very, very creative people, very, very smart copywriters to do that properly. And so that is going to take a lot of time, and you're going to need to build up an audience of people that are reading your stuff. And so, especially in competitive areas, it's going to take ages. Reason number 2, if you have a limited budget, just think about the work I've just talked about there. You're going to have some sort of a developer who can technically optimize the site. You're going to have a copywriter. Ideally, not even a copywriter. Ideally, it's somebody who's embedded in the industry, like the founder or one of the top people in the company is going to have to write lots of high quality explanatory content, informational, entertaining content for your audience. And number 3, you're going to have someone to actually build links or build, opportunities to get your content or get your website featured on other websites linking back to yours. So to do this stuff properly will take a lot of time and it will be very, very, very expensive. Because think about it, if you've got to hire like 3 different people or you've got to hire an agency, you're going to pay for what you get, guys. And SEO is not one of those games you can play with a small budget because your competitors are going after the same keywords. And bear in mind that for the first 4 organic search results, that is where the majority of the traffic actually comes from. So if you're not in the top 4 the top 4 search results, you stand very, very little chance of actually hoovering up any traffic from those keywords. It's only once you start getting up to the sort of third, second, first to pole position that you can actually get meaningful amounts of traffic that are going to do good things for your site. And that's just for one keyword. Then you've got to do it for all the other keywords related to your products or services, right? So you can see how long this is going to take and how much money it's going to cost to actually do this. Now, why this is so important, these first 2 points, is for SMEs. If you have different options ahead of you, there's lots of other channels you could be using. You could be using Google AdWords, or otherwise known as PPC, you might have heard of. That is the same thing as SEO, except for you just pay Google to put you right at the top of the list. So you're not doing all this work for many 12 months to get organically listed. You're paying to get to the top of the pack. And there's pros and cons to this, and obviously it would be better to be organic, but you get a hell of a lot of traffic from day one if you go on the paid search arena. You can obviously do Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising, Instagram advertising, the whole social media advertising. YouTube advertising, and you can also just do direct outbound. So you can email people if you're a service company or a B2B company, or you can have people, bots on LinkedIn message people. There's many digital marketing channels that you have at your fingertips. So why pick one that's going to take 12 months to work out, right? So if you are an SME or a startup, you're new to digital marketing, you're effectively all starting from the same position. And for most people, you're going to be in a very competitive space with big companies trying to go position 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got to ask yourself, just sort of conceptually, is this really the kind of game you want to be playing? Is this really what you want to be dedicating your budget to, when I just mentioned these other alternatives, which could be way better for your company? Now, the third reason is if your service or product has a low search volume. So what I mean by that is some people's services are so niche that very few people are actually searching for these things online. So you can imagine if somebody is sort of doing binary options trading classes, this only has 10 searches a month from people. So spending all this time to get your website to rank for these searches isn't worth the effort. You need several hundred, ideally, searches in order to invest the time to rank for those things. So these also have to be commercially relevant keywords, right? You don't want to just be ranking for the word trading in that case, because it could be people talking about trading gold, trading cryptocurrency. You want your specific service that you do. And so if your specific service that you offer doesn't have a high search volume around it, well then SEO and Google AdWords, search advertising is pretty much out for you. You want to do other things. You don't want to be doing that. So that's basically for anyone that's got a low search volume, don't get involved in SEO. And you can check using very cool off-the-shelf tools. So I can recommend SEM Rush. I use that personally. No affiliation. Go check out SEM Rush. I'll put a link in the description anyway. If you go over there, you can do a few free searches for your business. You can try different keywords using their keyword magic tool and see how many searches there are in related keywords to you. And bear in mind, these need to be commercially relevant keywords. There's no good ranking for stuff that has nothing to do with your end product or service. Okay, even if it's the same audience or similar audience, you want the people that are actually willing to buy what it is that you do, because then it's worth all the effort, right? So the fourth reason why you might not want to consider SEO is if your product or service is new. And this is kind of related to the third one, but not completely. If it's new, what ends up happening is that people aren't searching for what you're doing. So I worked with a client which had created a device that you put in a bedroom that would help you sleep better. It made a sort of low frequency sound that you could barely hear, and it was an algorithmic sound that could help you sleep better. Now, lots of people have trouble with the ways that they sleep, but they've never seen this product. They're not used to it, and they have no idea to search for sleeping sound algorithm. Nobody is searching that in Google, because you need to educate the market to say, hey, there's this other solution that might actually work for you, and there's all this science backing it up. It's a new thing. It's kind of like the infomercial effect. You need to do an infomercial introducing my new product that does X, Y, and Z and solves this problem in a way that you've never thought about before. So if you're doing anything that's really extraordinary, it's out of, it's left field, it's gauche, it's a new take, it's a new product, it's a new service, new patent pending, whatever, SEO is going to be probably quite difficult for you. And again, you can check in SEM Rush, try different combinations of keyword to see if people are searching for something that seems like what you offer, but it can be very difficult to convince people who are searching for a specific thing to then sort of get a search result for something that supposedly does the same thing, but it's something they've never heard of before. They need an education piece first. So most likely, if they're looking for sleeping pills, and then they get they get search results at the top being for a sleeping device, they're if they've been told to get sleeping pills, they're just going to bounce straight from that page and go to the next link and buy their sleeping pills, right? So what you want in that case is to use something like social media, some form of direct advertising, like where you're targeting the people that you think would be interested, like people with sleeping issues, and you're saying, hey, what about this new solution? So that's a case where you definitely don't want to use SEO. You want to warm the market up first. So the last thing is a kind of smaller one. It's if you're selling products or services that are very, very low value, there's lots of transactions basically. Like if you're selling stationery or selling toiletries or something, you're probably going to want to avoid SEO and just go straight in with Google ads or search advertising. And the reason is SEO, organic search results are looked on much more favorably by people. They're trusted more. But when someone's just looking for a quick, cheap, quick and dirty purchase, like through Amazon or something like that, they don't really care. They're just going to pick the first product that comes up or the first page that comes up. It's not a meaningful decision for them. So whereas if you have a high ticket service, you do want to invest more time in sort of in sort of having content that gets people interested, gets them on your site, lets them look around, because they're going to take a long time before they make a purchasing decision. And so it's much more different if you have a low value, high transaction business. Those ones you kind of want to avoid SEO until you're a huge company. So bear that in mind. Well, guys, that is my 5 reasons why you should avoid SEO. I hope that was useful to everyone here. If it is, please leave me something in the comments. Let me know what you found useful. Let me know if you'd like me to cover other stuff in future videos around SEO. I'd love to debunk a few myths around SEO when it's good to use it. But for now, that's going to be me signing off, and I'll see you for the next video. Tune in then. Take care. Bye. Hey there, Brainy marketers. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you found it useful, do us a favor and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video on all of your social media channels. So go ahead and do all those things, and we'll see you for the next video. Cheers.